fucking weird. Let me turn that around. Yes. Fantastic. I just don't know. Alright guys, this is it. This is the first episode of the Spilt Bean. And the thing is that, fuck. I'm gonna be like in a long list of edits where how many times did I fucking start this shit? Take one. Hi. It's me, Jerry Bean, the Spilt Bean, my little channel. I figure, hey, I'll make a channel. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. Welcome to the Spilt Bean. Got no guests, got no sponsors, nothing like that. Just me, just babbling on about movies and stories. Take number 4, I feel. Ugh. This is so complicated. Anyway, this is my channel, The Spilt Bean, because I get kind of manic about movies. I get kind of engrossed in their stories, and I get all over the place. You'll see what I'm talking about. So anyway, and this is how we're going to begin it. And this is going to be like really crappy, and it's going to barely function, but you know, this is like episode 1. So it sucks really bad. So anyway, we're going to start off with in the news. What's going on? What's happening? Is there something like, it's not really a trailer, it's kind of off into the distance, but it's something, and I probably have like a larger story to go with it, or a larger whatever, you know. Anyway, so this is what's coming up, right? So now they're going to reboot, they're going to redo Willy Wonka, okay? Here's the thing. Gene Wilder did such a good job with that character. He became iconic in that role. It became extremely hard to replace him. So now they got this Timothy, I don't know his name, it's the dude in Dune right now, and I think he's gotten a couple of other little credits here and there that I've seen around and all. But anyway, so he's going to be doing Willy Wonka. Well, I mean, there's possibly worse choices, you know? Yeah. You just can't put anybody in the role, man. You can't do that, you know? It reminds me of somebody else that was really iconic as a character. Yeah. Superman Jack. You just can't put any old person in the role if the role was done well enough. You know, you've got these problems. Christopher Reeve, for the longest time, man, nobody would touch that. I mean, how can you replace that? You know, and so then of course they came out with Superman Returns, and then that was pretty good. You know, Brandon Roth. So now Hollywood's going crazy with another reboot. Okay, but I'm looking forward to this. I can see it. It just depends on how they do it. Are they gonna fuck it up? You know? And that is Mr. Cavill is going to redo Highlander, right? Okay, there's a right way and there's a wrong way to do this, okay? Let's talk about the wrong way. Remember Fright Night? Fright Night was awesome. The very first one, really cool vampire story, right? Had Peter Vincent and Vampire Killer and Charlie and the neighbors and all that stuff. And it had just a lot of magic to it, right? Well, then Hollywood decides they're going to remake it. They're going to redo it, okay? So they took Peter Vincent, okay, and who had a whole arc to him, had a whole thing to him. It was great. It was there was no problem, okay? You wanted to see him grow and develop, because the thing is that he was a retiring old horror actor and stuff, and he had been convinced by Charlie's friends to come along, and he didn't believe it, and then he was kind of fearful anyway, and yeah, I mean, but he had this great arc. Well, they decided to just fuck that and turn him into some Chris Angel dude. Like, you're rewriting, you're redoing what worked. You're messing around with it. You're toying with the ideas, and you're just making it just nonsense, man. And I don't know if you just didn't like how it was done in the original or what, but the original had some magic to it. And if you're not going to be respectful of that magic, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Don't approach it. Don't address it. None of that stuff. You're going to turn it into a comedy show. You're going to run it. You're going to run it. Now, I say that. The reversal is this. That in the Fright Night remake, they went back to the whole idea that the vampire had to be given permission to enter the premises. That you had to give a vampire permission. Now, in the very original one, I think his name was Jerry, the vampire dude. He gets invited over to Charlie's house. Okay? So, haha, they have this great little moment where he says, well, Charlie, since I've been invited over by your mom, I think I'm going to be over here all the time. Right? And that was all you got. Now, in the remake, to its credit, this is what I'm talking about. They take the good element of that and they exaggerate. And they breathe more into it. And it's far more nuanced and announced, because there's this part where, oh God, I forgot the guy's name. He's playing the vampire. And he's trying to get Charlie to invite him in. And you can see him trying to get that permission. Begging for it. Oh man, can I have some of that beer? And Charlie wouldn't quite cross the threshold. It was just great, man. They took a part of the magic in the original and they expanded on it. And that's what I'm hoping that they're doing with the Highlander. That's what I hope they do. That's what I hope they do here. Okay? Really, man. We don't know anything about the prize. We don't know anything about, like, really their urge to fight one another. That they all seem to be related and crap, and they tried to explain it in Highlander 2, which thankfully just doesn't. Let's just pretend that never happened. Let's just pretend that crap never went down. They have an amazing opportunity here. They can flesh out this story way better cinematography. Take advantage of what works, man. Don't try to explain it to me. Don't try to explain it away. It's best to be a mystery. Let it be a fucking mystery, okay? So, yes, Fright Night, horrible remake. What not to do. But a little bit of element of something done right, man. It was really good, okay? Peter Vincent, great character. Give him an arc. Give him overcoming. Give him victory, man. Give him something, because that's just it. It's just this whole hero's journey with him. And it gets taken away by this guy. Why bother? Why didn't you just create another vampire hunter movie around Las Vegas Chris Angel magicians? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? Another thing. Reboots. That's really the big thing. Focus right now. Reboots. The Dark Tower. Stop trying to cram 12 hours of a fucking movie in 30 minutes. Please quit. Please quit that. Please quit that. I got an idea. This is all insane. This is crazy. Why don't you take a good story? Why don't you take a good story with a clear cut peak and valley, and we're going to take the ring and we're going to throw it into the fires of Mordor, and bam, we've won, we've defeated evil. Why don't you take that and divide that up into 3 different movies with its own good ending, you know, a good round feeling energy, and why don't you do that? Why don't you break it up? The whole thing is that McLeod wins the prize, he defeats the Kurg and all that stuff. But man, you can divide that up. You can divide that up into 4 movies, spaced out every 6 months. It will be awesome and truly incredible. And if it's told well enough, we'll go back, man. We will go back. I'm going to touch this again later on in the episode with the big chew, which that'll make sense here in a little bit. But yeah, man, there's a way to reboot things. There is a way to start over. Be mindful of the cast. I think the boy in the Willy Wonka is going to do fantastic. I can see him in the role. And especially if it's like an origin story and stuff, let him kind of grow into that and stuff, be like this whole new thing for a new generation, which is completely fine. I think that would really work. Okay, now let's move on. I wish I had banjo music. Let's go to the trailer park. That's right, man. Let's talk about some trailers. Let's talk about some things coming out. We can see the trailers, you know. The Green Knight. Dude, that looks so good. I don't know if YouTube will let me, like, play a little snippet over here in the corner, but it just looks like a fairy tale. I trust the actors in it. I know that they're solid and stuff. And just so far, the trailer just seems to be absolutely intriguing. You know, it's just got this fairy tale quality, and I'm really about it. I am interested to see where it goes. I saw the one boy, I think David Patel, I think that's his name. Slumdog Millionaire, great actor, solid, you know. But it just seems to have this otherworldly, very Pan's Labyrinth, very fairy tale type quality. Okay. The Hitman's Wife, Bodyguard. Dude, I love the first one, man. I think, of course, Ryan Reynolds is funny, and he's a great actor. And I have this whole thing on comedians being great actors. I think that they are. I think comedy is hard. I think that there's something to the timing of comedy that's extremely difficult and extremely, it's a thing. If I can make you laugh, I can turn that back, man. I know how to be scary and mean and vengeful and angry, and I know how to do all that because I can make you laugh. Because I can do something so difficult with my delivery and with my, you know. So I love Ryan Reynolds. I think he's a great actor. I love his serious stuff. Amityville Horror is fantastic. And any of his serious stuff, it's just really good. He's just really on point, man. Samuel L. Jackson, okay, incredible, absolutely incredible. So, hey, you ever be listening to a song and listening to a song, knowing before it even gets to the chorus, man, that song is badass. I'm going to own this song. I'm going to love this song. I am 10 seconds into the Cruella trailer. I am on board. Like 100. I don't care what the rest of it. That's it. It's Emma Stone, Cruella, and the end, because she's one of my favorite actresses and one of my favorite movies. And dear Lord, man, can she do wrong? No. The answer is no. I'm sorry. There's a pause there, but can she do no wrong? No. I just wish I could say it faster. Anyway, but I am so on board with this. This looks so fucking good. Jesus Christ, I love her. So those are the 3 big things, man. I'll see if I might be able to play a trailer. Who knows? I don't think I can. But man, it'd be awesome if I could. Maybe I could do some sort of, like, I don't know, like the trailer exists down at the bottom while I don't know. I have no idea. But those are the big 3 for me right now. The Cruella, the Green Knight, and the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I think those are just going to be epically fucking good. Okay. The Big Chew. The Big Chew. What is that? You know, because I'll watch a movie and I'll get it and I'll understand it, and okay, I like it, I don't like it, I walked out. Alright, there's really nothing more for me to say. Meh. You know, but then I chew on these movies, man. I chew on these movies. I think about them. I'm like, okay, what was up with that? What was up with that? What did I really, really like about that? What did I really, really hate about that? What was, oh, you know what? I really did okay, I see the crazy fucking straw in my mind, how it all really should go. Okay? So, the Big Chew for this week, 2 movies, because I'm kind of back, but when I start doing these things more regularly, you'll see what I'm, you know, like it'll just be like 1 movie maybe, you know, who knows. I would go to the movies every day if I could. Every day if I could. So, anyway, so The Big Chew, Army of the Dead. It's Zack Snyder. It's Zack Snyder, so I'm going to go because I think Zack Snyder is brilliant and a genius, and that's just the way that is. I think he tells beautiful stories, man. I love his cinematography. He gets a little bit heavy on like not editing things down. Sometimes they suffer from that, just too much. But man, overall, I think his movies are beautiful, and I think those stories are well told, and I love the whole DC universe that he has, you know, or that he, you know, really should have taken the helm of, but, you know, they're busy catching up to Marvel, so, you know, you're just going to have to lose for a while. You're just going to have to lose for a while. Maybe here in like 15 years they'll reboot it up and they'll have a clear, concise direction and all that sort of stuff. Zack Snyder would have taken it to the level that it should have been. But, you know, there has to be a loser. So that would be called DC. But, you know. Anyway, no, Army of Dead, zombies, man. I liked how it was like a hierarchy. I liked how, because that's the worst thing, man. It's like, kind of want to do a poll. Do you like the slow zombies? Do you like the fast zombies? Fast zombies are kind of fucking freaky and scary. But slow zombies, like in The Walking Dead, that's like the dodo bird, dude. They're not going to do anything. They're going to walk straight to you. They're not going to duck. They're not going to put their hands up. And if you can just, I don't know, have a spear, they're dead. They're dead. I'm going to stab them in the head every single time. Yeah, they're just not exciting. They're just not exciting. But I get I guess the weird argument, as if it could be real, was that if you're a zombie, why would you have more energy? Your body would be in a state of decay. You would be slowing down. It makes sense that you would be slow, which is fine, and I get all that. But damn, I love the fast zombies. Jesus Christ, World War Z, and 28 Days Later, and yeah, man, love it. Love the fast zombies. Think they're fan-fucking-tastic. It was good. David Bautista, again, he's funny. He's funny, man, and there's just always going to be this thing with funny and acting. If you can do one, you can really do the other. You really can. So, anyway, you know, and then I don't know how exactly I need to rate these. You know, do I give it 5 beans, 4 beans, 3 beans, 2 beans, 1 bean, 0 bean? I walked out of completely nomad land. Oh, exactly. No, how would I rate this? You know, my only, and I will probably ruin this a little bit, because I spoil. I do. Guilty, man. I can't help it sometimes. I really can't. My only thing is the very, 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 very super last scene. Just have him come up out of the ground. Just have him come out of the ground and cut, and cut, and cut. Don't make it to where he travels for miles and miles and miles and miles and spends untold hours, okay, having been bit and just simply not turn. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why do you need to do that? You can spend it all in a sequel. That's what I'm talking about. And it goes right back to the beginning of the whole fucking thing, where you cannot just reboot and reboot and you can reboot. That's fine. Granted, man, but there's just a thing about sequels, dude. There's just a thing about sequels. Don't be gunning for the sequel, okay? Don't do that. And speaking of which, real quick, I'm going to give Army of the Dead 5 would be great. 5 is life-changing. 5 is something I'm going to own. I'm going to watch again. I might even break it down the marrow. You know, like something I can go back and get something out of multiple times, man. Multiple times. So you can't just give out 5 beans. I'm going to say, but see, I think it's better than fair. I think 4. I think 4 beans is where it needs to be, man. It's a 4-bean movie. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. Zack Snyder, it's zombies. It's a fresh take. It's a new take. There was some good character development in it and stuff. My only gripe was just cut it off. Cut it off, man. When the one dude survives. When the one dude, I just ruined it. When the one dude, but you don't know who I'm talking about. So, but when the one dude survives, just have him climb out the end and credits and credits. That's what we do. That's what we do. Credits. Yeah, it was just too much. It was just too much. But speaking of sequels, the next big chew. Yeah, Saw. Jesus, you know. Here's the story of Saw. Saw in the original was fantastic, a brilliant concept. We hadn't seen it before. The whole twist at the end that it was the guy the whole time laying, that was incredible and that was awesome. And then there was just this whole thing like what life really meant to you. What would you be willing to do? It just had a deeper flavor and it was much more profound, okay? When they killed him off, I was done. Now, I don't know if they did it in part 2 or part 3. I'm not really sure. But after that, I think they tried to have like 4 more. I have seen none of them. No, you don't get to. You do not get to. If you wanted to have a sequel, there was a way to go about that. There was a way to go about that. That was not how... No, you don't do it that way. No. I'm sorry, you didn't mortgages, these bills keep fucking coming? Yeah, the bills keep coming. Stop it. No, you can't just, well, we're running low on money, let's make another story. No, man, it's disrespectful, and it's just crass, and it's just garbage, and it's junk, And but I gave this one a shot because, one, again, boom, we come right back to comedians as actors and Chris Rock, and he did great. He really did great. I mean, as I expected, I really did. But you can tell where he's trying to be kind of funny. He's trying to kind of do a little pseudo stand-up routine in it and stuff, which kind of I don't want to see from him. I really want to see it something really, really serious, something really, really a big thing for him. That's what I want to see. And but it's just sequels for the sake of sequels. That's all it is. And then on top of it, it's just torture porn, man. Torture porn. I think torture porn might be the smallest dick energy of storytelling that exists. Because it's just, I'm going to get some gore. I'm going to make you look. Of course I'm going to look. It's a fucking train wreck. But it's not deep. It's not profound. It has nothing to do with just, it's like you have to rely on that. And that's how these movies really seem to be to me. That you're really just relying on that. You really don't have nothing more to offer. So, on me, man, I'm probably just going to say, like, I want to say 2 beans. Not bad. And I mean, I guess maybe sort of fair, but then of course the bad guy has to have almost like an unnatural amount of luck to have pulled off what he pulled off. I don't like that. I kind of can see through that. And then on top of it, it's just, could you really have done that? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. So there's a little bit of unbelievability in it. There's a little bit of a stretch for it. And on top of it, just this gross goddamn torture porn, pulling your tongue out, pulling your fingers off. motherfucker, if I'm kind of stuck in that and I know I'm about to be electrocuted, I'm just going to let sweet death take me before I get my fingers pulled, before I pull my own fingers off. I'm good. I'm good. So it's just that. There's just a little bit of an insult to intelligence. I mean, it's just, no. Anyway, yeah, 2. I've talked myself into it. I wanted to give it a 3 because I did like Chris Walker. I did like Samuel L. Jackson, but I'm just going to say 2. I'm just going to say 2. So now we are on to the final next week's sequel. The sequel of next week. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What is up for next week? What's the big thing? Boom, Quiet Place Part 2. Been looking forward to this for, I don't know, maybe a year and a half now. Yeah, man, I am all about this. I think that there is some brilliant storytelling. There is some brilliant acting. I am all about it. I trust the intelligence and the smarts of the first one, and I just think it's going to carry on into this one, man. That's what I think. Absolutely. Okay. So, Quiet Place 2, going to go see that today. I don't know. I kind of want to film a little first take action, maybe on the Facebook, maybe on the YouTube. I don't really know. And then secondly, Dream Horse. Toni Collette, Damian Lewis. I don't know if that's Damien. I don't think it is. But anyway, Dream Horse, incredible true story. I have already seen it, but I need to chew on it, man. I saw it yesterday. Not enough time. I got multiple angles I can go in, and a lot of good stuff. Some deep stuff, actually, truth be told. But yeah, so that is what we're going to talk about next week. These things are going to just completely change all the time, and hopefully next one will be way better than this, and I can get into my flow, where I'm just manic, I'm spilt, that's what it is, man. It's just I get so wrapped up, and I can feel these stories, and I love talking about them. I love breaking them down. I think that there's something very Joseph Campbell, very the story helps you discover your own story. I got a whole thing of woo-woo about it, and it's almost spiritual in nature. It's stories and these parables, they connect. Now we're at such a time of our storytelling. It's just truly amazing, man, and I love to talk about them, and I love to watch them, and I love to share and share my enthusiasm about them. But yeah, man, Dream Horse coming next week, Quiet Place 2. I don't know how this whole subscribe stuff goes. I think that there's something down here along the bottom that you press if you want to see more of this manic, crazy shit, that I do. But anyway, yes, that is it. That is it for the Spilt Bean. This is episode 1. Hopefully I can get this up today. I don't feel like there's a lot of editing, but there probably really is. Holy shit. So anyway, if you want to see more, subscribe. It will build up. I will see you guys next week. And, maybe with some colors and some flashy trailers off in the... I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.